When people think of the South Downs, they think of its rolling chalk grasslands. But follow the Downs west, and soon pasture gives way to some of the richest and most diverse woodland in the country. Trees cover almost a quarter of the park, more woodland than any other national park in England and Wales. Young, ancient, enchanting and wondrous. The South Downs woods are places for us to explore and get lost in. No two woodlands are the same. Each is home to a unique cast of trees, plants and animals. At Kingley Vale, just north of Chichester, lie some of Britain's most ancient woods. These yew trees are estimated to be more than 2,000 years old. Their saplings could have taken root as the Romans arrived in this corner of Iron Age England. In late February, they release their pollen, and the forest erupts in clouds of yellow mist. It's the first sign of the winter woods awakening. To the centre of the national park, in the beech woods of the Arun Valley, bluebells are some of the earliest flowers to appear. For a few brief weeks, they dominate the wooden floor and provide an early source of nectar for insects like this rare Duke of Burgundy. Across the downs, the woodlands are awakening, making the most of the light before the canopy closes over. By midsummer, the trees are in full leaf. Only where they fall does the sun reach the woodland floor. At Ebano Common, climbing honeysuckle and bramble reach for these open glades where life thrives. Warm and damp, wood decays quickly here, providing food and shelter for a host of insects, including this rare hornet beetle, which lays its eggs in the dead wood. The glades are kept open by forest animals, like these fallow deer. Feeding on shrubs and saplings, they restrict new growth, and together with man, have shaped the South Downs landscape for millennia. At the western end of the park, summer sees vast oak trees dominate ancient mixed woodlands. The most common tree in Britain, its branches are home to some of the South Downs' rarest woodland inhabitants. High up in the canopy, a purple emperor defends its territory. With an 8-centimetre wingspan, it's the largest and one of our most elusive woodland butterflies. They feed on the oak's sweet sap and are one of more than 2,000 plants and animals supported by these great trees, including one that many of us have heard but very few have seen. The tawny owl is the largest of Britain's native owls. Its short wings and special flight feathers allow it to maneuver silently through the woods as it listens for prey. Woods are vital, not just for wildlife, but for people too. Trees produce oxygen for us to breathe. And as they grow, lock up vast amounts of carbon, helping to combat climate change. But the future of this precious resource is threatened. Milder winters have led to a devastating rise in pests and disease, which now need careful management. Dusk is when the South Downs' most elusive creatures emerge. The ancient stands of Ebano Common are a world hotspot for bats. An amazing 14 different species of breeding British bats have been recorded here, including this rare barbastelle. It's just one of many endangered plants and animals that seek refuge in the park. A rare hazel dormouse uses its long sensitive whiskers to navigate the understory. In summer, they feed on nectar-rich flowers and insects. With the loss of ancient woodland around Britain, the South Downs remains one of their strongholds. Autumn takes hold. On the wooded slopes of the National Park's western hangers, the leaves of beech, lime, white beam and ash are changing colour. Soon they will all be shed, carpeting the forest floor where they feed an underground world. Fungal tendrils called hyphae break down the dead leaves, recycling nutrients. At this time of the year, they erupt through the ground, producing a bounty of fruiting bodies. Over 1,000 types of fungi live in the South Downs, playing a vital role in the life cycle of the woods. Fallow deer now graze on the autumn harvest. Nuts and berries are rich in nutrients, preparing the woodland's inhabitants for the scarcities of winter ahead. Now, ancient trees reveal their branches, shaped by the elements and the life that inhabits them. They tell a story of the South Downs past. Ever-changing, the woods of the South Downs National Park are our life support, providing us with health-giving oxygen, carbon storage, timber, and incredible places to explore and enjoy.